That I had earlier. I think you can hear me now, though.
You can hear us now. So let's start again. Okay, how is it now?
Happy birthday.
I still see people saying no live audio, so maybe
Because of the delay, I
I'm
can tell you
waiting.
right now, right?
Oh,
See, look,
okay. So you guys can hear us now,
Judy's way over on the other side of the planet.
but we have other people here.
I see one other person.
Shirley,
Thank you.
thank you.
I,
Welcome
I
to
knew that.
TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show, and I'll repeat myself again. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Judy Conda.
Happy birthday, Judy.
Must you really? We're
Well,
behind as it is.
must
Happy
you?
birthday to Judy Conda. And before we get started with your birthday reading, Judy, we're going to do our card for the collective, which is from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. So we're going to get that done. Whew. Glad you can hear. Hope you had a wonderful day. All right.
There you are, Shirley. I was hoping you'd get back.
And for the collective, we have Darkness Falls.
Number 12.
Almost right there. Well, Darkness Falls. The keywords are facing your demons, acknowledging faults, and self compassion. Within you live the hidden, the things that want nothing more than to swallow you whole. Oh, goodness. Your higher self chose this card because you have faults and have made mistakes. It's true that some mistakes are more costly than others, but no one lives a perfect life by any means. When you've made a misstep or when your faults put you in a sticky situation, defense mode can feel like a natural response. The wound from feeling less than has likely already triggered self criticism, doubt, and even anger. And then to also bear the weight of someone else's disappointment, pain, anger, or criticism can feel like too much to carry. Before you know it, darkness has fallen and you're operating from a shadowy place rather than standing in your light and giving yourself some grace. We've pulled the darkness falls because um, you may be experiencing your situation from a dark place and reacting defensively. Every story has two sides, and maybe time to consider whether or not you also share some blame in your current circumstances. This card does not guide you to view yourself on a negative light, but to act as a neutral bystander who is merely curious. Oh my goodness, goes on. And observant. How might you advise a friend who is experiencing similar circumstances? Would you guide them to calm down and take deep breaths? Explain to them how they might be wrong in this situation or even say sorry? You might find clarity and the answers needed for a positive resolution once you observe your circumstances from outside rather than deep inside your shadow. Perhaps you will discover you were right all along, or maybe you'll be forced to acknowledge your faults. As C.S. Lewis said, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. And that's important to know. We all make mistakes. We all have faults. We don't need to, make them bigger than they are. What we need to do is diminish their effect by choosing to accept them, to accept the lessons that they give us so that we can move forward in a more positive direction. How would we learn anything if we didn't make mistakes? Mistakes are one of the greatest teachers.
Exactly. There is no foolish question except for the one you don't ask.
That's right. So, wow, that was an interesting deep card. Good luck with that. Hi, Nicole. She's all black. Yeah. All right. Oh, how nice. Black cats are great. Shadow's a great cat. Not very photogenic, mind you, because it's hard to catch her in the right light.
Are you going to add a cell to the list? They were right above Nicole.
Well, Nicole's already on the list.
I know that.
Estelle.
That's why I said, are you going to add a cell?
Well, I didn't hear you say hi to Estelle, so I missed Estelle's name.
You were talking immediately, so I couldn't.
Trying to keep up with the chat like you do, Mr. O.
Well,
Number 7. All right, so we got 7
E
people.
for effort.
We've got the birthday reading, and we're going to get going right away. All right. Okay. I was debating what deck to use, Judy. I think we'll use the Garden of Enchanted Creatures, my new deck from MJ Coulining. I hope we get some good gift cards for you for this year ahead. All right. One more shuffle. Mr. O, would you like to shuffle and cut? Thank you. Sonny will probably be back. He always is. And we'll try his new toy again on him. Boy, did Shadow go crazy with it. And sassy, too. I don't know, something about this little vibrating mouse. They all loved it. All right, so, and speak of the devil,
Hi,
as
Sonny.
I want to keep the cards down there.
Hi, Kara. How timely.
You both popped in at the same time, Kara. How did that happen?
We know. Okay,
We know.
settle down, you.
There you go. All right, the first card for Judy. The gift you received last year that can be used to make the most out of this next year. Ooh. You have the Lover's card. Well, I think the gift from last year is making some smart, wise choices for yourself and decisions on, and maybe some of those decisions involved where you see yourself going in this next solar year. So, think about some of the choices, moves, and decisions that you've made that have you been in your best interest, and see how you can apply them to moving you forward in this next year.
I think last year, the gift of last year, hi, Ari, you're here, was that you learned you really do enjoy things that bring pleasure and beauty to you, things that make you feel happy, or things that show you the beauty of nature or of different traditions or cultures. And so I think you're going to be always trying to choose things that beautify your life or simplify and beautify your life and other lives. And so that's the gift of last year, that appreciation.
Oh, Aries already on the list, I see.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
I hope I have everybody. I'm confused now. I don't have Kara. That's who I don't have. Let me get Kara on the list. All right. So, a great start. So what's card 2,
The
Mr.
gift
O?
of the present moment.
It's the Queen of Pentacles upright. Wow. Well, the present moment gives you opportunities maybe to increase your income in some way. If you're working on particular projects or goals or trying to get some new venture off the ground, this is a good time for that. This is also a good time to take care of you. The gift of the present moment, the Queen of Pentacles is about caring for yourself as well as others. This queen is always so giving to others that maybe it's a little, could take a little time to pamper yourself, especially since it's right around your birthday.
She'll post it eventually. Um, so like the gift of last year was, this appreciation for beauty or this decision to choose beauty. This gift of the present moment kind of finalizes that focus for you, Judy. The idea of being a creatrix, a person who creates, and it could be about art or culture or beauty too. It also could be about how you create more of a standard of life for yourself, so a sense of material prosperity or comfort. Card 3. The gift from your connections with others in the next year.
Oh, what's interesting, it's the Seven of Swords reversed. So I it's interesting. The gift you receive from others is either maybe about getting knowledge or information that may help you in some way. Maybe somebody gives you an insider tip on how to, I don't know, gain more followers, for example, or do something connected with a business project you're working on. But whatever it is, it's knowledge and information you didn't know and that, once revealed to you, you really find very useful.
It sounds like it could be about coincidences with yourself and others that you didn't realize, and then how that connects you with somebody who can actually help you, Judy, by maybe spreading the word about what you do or giving you publicity or giving you some sort of material support in some way. So the Seven of Swords is maybe finding out that maybe somebody you're connected to is also somebody who can help you too. Card 4. The gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams or goals.
It's it's justice. Upright. Well, the gift that can help you move on and achieve your goals is the ability to find a healthy balance this year. To make sure that you're not wasting your time in one area at the expense of another. Knowing the perfect balance of what you need, what energy and time and resources you need to put in something, and to be, and to be fair with other areas of your life. I think, also when we're very goal driven, we tend to forget other aspects of our life, like our friends, our family, etc. With the Justice card up right here, I think there's going to be an ability this year to find a healthy balance where, everything feels like it fits into your life in the right proportions.
It's not only that too, Judy. I
I
like
got
that.
something
It's
else
about
too.
this idea of, finding that personal balance for yourself or that balance that extends to your life and your circumstances. But I think this is also, and I think she tipped towards that, the idea of maybe being your own sort of justice warrior, sort of seeking or fighting or advocating for fairness in dealings with others or in situations where you feel like somebody else who maybe feels they have more authority is sort of using that against somebody else in a bad way. And I think you're going to find that you will have challenges like that you will naturally rise to be able to be helpful to others.
Well, I kind of feel here with that card upright that I was going to touch on this idea of fairness. And I feel that for the most part this next year, you're going to find pretty smooth sailing finding agreements with other people. Oh, sure, there might be times where you might have to stand up for yourself, but I think that people will recognize, the fairness that you're asking for here and will accommodate you. So I do think that things are going to flow fairly smoothly in that regard.
All right. And card 5 is the gift from your spirit guides, Judy, and or ancestors. What do they want you to know and keep in mind in the next year? And it's the Eight of Swords.
Which is an interesting card here, don't you think?
It is.
I feel as though your ancestors want to help you whenever you feel you can't handle something or that you're not good enough to do something, you're not smart enough, maybe other people have made disparaging comments or something like that. Your ancestors want you to know that you shouldn't let that hold you back. They are there to support you. They're there to encourage you when the chips are down and when maybe other people, you feel have let you down. Your ancestors want you to know you are good enough, you are strong enough, they're proud of you, and they want to see you step aside from any negative speak and believe in yourself.
Your ancestors may have foreseen that sometimes you will face up against limitations. Some of these may be limitations that are true and actual, and some of them may be things that maybe are within your belief system that you need more confidence. And so they're sort of there to maybe give you a little bit of that boost and to tell you that the things sometimes that you think hold you back actually are hiding a part of a strength that you just haven't totally found yet. And so, in reacting to that, you may find a strength to break through limitations or to advance your goals in other ways. That's what they want for you.
That's nice. And finally,
Card 6, the gift the year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned, or what progress or growth have you achieved by the year's end?
wow, you've got the Fool.
Cool. Hi, Crystal. We can add you.
Yeah, we will add you.
It'll
Just
take a
give us a
minute.
few minutes. We're finishing up a birthday reading. So, wow, Judy, I could look at this a couple different ways here. The gift you received by year's end. Well, it's good. I think this year is going to be full of adventure for you. I think you're going to challenge yourself. You're going to take some risks, and you're going to learn some lessons from that as well. You're going to find out exactly what you are capable of. Because I think here, with your ancestors supporting you and your self-esteem and recognizing that everybody is behind you, shows me that you're willing to take some risks this year. You're willing to accept some challenges. And this is going to be an exciting year. By the end of the year, you're going to say, wow, what a year. And remember, we're not talking the end of this calendar year. We're talking till your next birthday. So it's
It's
a
an
whole year.
incredibly exciting reading here, really. It's a very nice reading. When you put it all together, what it really seems to be leading towards is the idea that this birthday is very special for you. There may be ways that we don't even know how special that is, but it really puts you at the point of a challenge for yourself going forward. And you have all your capabilities, especially of instinct, to guide you, plus everything else that we've kind of covered there in a way. So it really looks like it's a year of challenges, but it's also a year of, and that goes into the idea of the risk taking. Those challenges, though, are really leading to a new beginning that will have fruition for you beyond this year, beyond your next birthday.
All these cards are really very positive. I think that, you have a supportive group of friends who will support and maybe provide you with some knowledge or information you need in order to move forward with something in your life. That lover's card in the beginning is interesting to me, but of course, that's the gift from the last year. So, I mean, what it could indicate to me, though, is, maybe you've chosen last year to make love and romance more a part of your life in this year ahead, looking for, a partner. And that's good if that's the case. And if not, it just indicates that you're going to have a lot of choices, to pick from last year to move forward on this year. And I think, if any of them involve some risks that you've been doubting yourself about, your ancestors say cast that aside and go for it. Make this year an exciting one for you, and one where you step outside of your comfort zone and do some things that challenge you in some ways because you're ready for it. So, happy birthday to you. This is an awesome reading. And remember, this is the date that we did this for you. You can come back and look at this anytime you want, because it'll be in our archives. So, enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the reading. And thanks again for all your support.
And now my screens are mixed up. I hope I can fix them.
Doing.
I don't know what I did, but I'm going to try to fix it. Just be patient.
Just be patient, everybody. Well, that's what we had for you, Judy. I know you can hear me at least, so good luck with that. I'm going to get Crystal on the list while we're waiting.
There we go. I did it.
So happy.
It's always one button or the other. Happy birthday, Judy. And thank you for all you do. Thank you for helping spread the word for us too. I know it's pretty late over there by now.
Well, now I got to refresh my screen.
It was an accident.
There we go. All right.
All right.
So I've got Crystal on the list.
Well, you're very welcome always. Happy birthday.
And we're going to move on to Nicole is next.
Yes, Nicole is next.
And I'm going to post the new list.
All right, hold for the list.
You are very welcome. Enjoy. Enjoy your year. Sounds like a good one. When will Justin be in contact with me again?
And then you gave us some information about them. 84. All right. Or is that about you? Either way. Okay, so that's fair. So is that going to be my cards? Right?
Okay, and the other question was, what does Spirit say about Justin, when Justin will contact me again?
Okay,
well, we can try to get both of those for you. All right, you get a good night's sleep. Take care, Judy. Thanks for taking the time to stop in.
You're welcome. You're Tia and Tio. Well, that's Mexican, actually. All right, and I'm using the Spheres of Heaven Tarot for Nicole's question.
I like that cloth.
I do too. I even like the back side.
Oh, yeah.
Although it's a little bit darkish.
Yeah.
Dark. But I like it. All right, card 1 is the Upright Eight of Pentacles. And then it's the reversed Queen of Swords.
King of Swords?
Queen.
Queen, got it.
And then it's the upright Knight of Wands.
Here, just going to put them there.
The Anchor. Whoops. And the Fox. Right.
Oh, yeah, it is the fox. First, I thought it was the dog.
Well, you know.
Shoot.
One person's fox is another person's
Well, what does
dog.
the dog look like then? Because that looks so close.
Yeah, I suppose, but I think it's a fox.
No, I think you're right.
All right.
I haven't used this deck in a while. This is my Healing Light Tarot. Here's the dog.
That's the dog.
All right. Well, so the Eight of Pentacles, that's an interesting one.
Queen
I
of
don't,
Swords reversed and Knight of Wands upright.
and the Knight of Wands upright. Well, I don't know. Somebody's got to really decide they want to do it, and I think I get that from the Eight of Pentacles here. Eight of Pentacles is putting in the work. They have to decide they're ready to do it. Is it possible that maybe work or some other issues are interfering in their life? I mean, I could look at that card that way too. But I also think here they have to really want, be ready to do it.
And I think that Knight of Swords kind of supports that idea, or I'm sorry, the Queen of Swords,
Mm-hmm.
because the Queen of Swords could be saying that, too, that if they go ahead and make the decision now, they or others may regret it later, maybe others more so than them. They sort of feel like maybe they're pressed, they could be pressed. And I realize there's no contact, but maybe they are feeling some energy that suggests they should call, but they're not really ready yet, I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't know what that's about. To me, it seems like they're experiencing some sorrow or remorse. So is it about not being in touch with you or is it something else? But they're feeling some dis-ease about this and maybe that's playing into why they're staying away or there is something in their life that is causing that right now and they can't seem to focus on doing it. However, the last card is a little bit hopeful, I think.
Right, the Knight of Wands does suggest movement of some sort. And maybe it's because they finally find some sense of either bravery or confidence of some sort. Maybe they have to feel brave enough to want to do this because of whatever, is in your background. There may be a reason why they have a sense of insecurity of some sort. Maybe it's not fear so much as insecurity.
It's interesting to me, too, that the fox and the anchor are here. We spoke about work, and I talked about maybe they have to want to do it, or I also said maybe work or something is interfering, something is getting in the way. The fox is about work too. So, or employment. Are they trying to look for a job? Are they having issues, at work? There's just something there that is holding them fast to kind of the mindset of work.
Yeah, I get the feeling like maybe part of the reason why they can't seem to come across is because something is holding them to a work experience. If it's not an actual job, it may be something that does employ them in some way or gives them some sort of vocation or occupation. Um,
I mean, there are other not too happy associations with the fox. I could say that maybe they're doing this for a reason. They're not contacting you for a reason. They have some sneaky reason that they're not saying why. Maybe I don't know. I'm not saying they're playing you or anything, Nicole, but I am saying that maybe for some reason, they're playing it a little bit sneaky and shady. And maybe they want you to wonder about them. Maybe they want you to think about them. And so they're kind of locked into that right now. I prefer to go with the work mindset here, though, because I also see that Eight of Pentacles here. So it does seem to fit for that. Now let's see what we can do. He's traumatized. Okay. And he's ghosting you. All right, well, maybe that is the fox. Maybe he's just playing it sneaky and wants you to, um, or maybe he's doing this to protect himself. I mean, he's doing this because he feels he needs to protect himself for some reason.
the Queen of Swords activity as a decision maker choosing to do something means that she's willing to accept the criticism or the chance that the decision they make is not the right one, and they bear that themselves. but they don't necessarily share it. And I'm saying that maybe that's the Queen of Swords in the occasion here, is that they're wrestling with the idea of getting in touch, but they realize that it really is their decision, no matter if it ends up being harmful or helpful.
Though, I have to say one thing about that Queen of Swords, Nicole, reversed. He could be, I mean, even if he has deep feelings for you, is there some reason? Maybe, like you said, he was traumatized at the time, you maybe were there for them, but now that he's just kind of shutting down his feelings towards you, I mean, that's obviously what seems to be going on when somebody ghosts someone. And so I could definitely see that with the Queen of Swords, right?
Well, we're not sure that we can go further in terms of that when thing. We just sort of think it's going to happen when it does. You're okay. We have the when cards, but it's probably not going to be very conclusive, or we don't know.
Well,
You're welcome to ask this again, because it just seems like the cards here are saying there's
there's
nothing
no
going on.
movement apparent
Yeah.
here right now. So I don't know if this will help or not, but let's see what they
Yeah, we'll give it a
say.
shot and see. After all, it's Thursday night
And we have a short list.
and a short list.
And we do this anyway for
That's true. We were gonna.
us.
Ooh, excuse me.
Picking on me.
I'm picking on you.
Yes, you are.
Uh-oh.
Not helpful.
Well, more like what I was thinking, perhaps. 10 months.
How about this?
So it's between these two, perhaps. Between 2 and 10.
I really think that it's kind of up in the air. I would say no sooner than 2 months on this, probably. No sooner than that. And it's basically because we're just not seeing any movement towards that here in the cards right now. So it's almost as if you can't contact them because they've kind of shut off your means of getting through to them, then you have to wait on them. And from what I'm seeing here, if I'm reading the cards right, they're not ready to make a move yet. They're just not ready to do it. So I wish you luck with that. I wish I had better
I'm sorry.
news,
Excuse me.
but I just don't see it right now.
Sorry.
I feel bad. I feel bad. All right, Sapphire Flower, you are up. Well, maybe he's just got to get his bearings. He's been in jail. He's gone through all of that with his ex. Maybe he just needs more time to sort it all out. And as much as you hate it, maybe it's good he takes that time. I hate to say it, but if he needs the time, hopefully he's using it constructively. I wish you luck with that.
All right. And Sapphire asks what's coming towards them.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Jeez. All right, so it's my deck. Yes. It's that one. All right. All right, so three cards.
Sorry, I was reading what Nicole wrote. All right.
The High Priestess upright.
Are we doing your reading?
No.
All right.
The Two of Pentacles upright. Wow. And the Three of Wands upright. Sheesh.
So you're on an upright palooza.
I really mixed all my cards up today. I did.
Hey, we're not complaining.
Well, High Priestess upright. Wow, this is, the veil is thinning now at this time of year. People get a lot of dreams, intuitive messages.
Hunches.
You are going to be very connected with your higher self, higher wisdom. Your intuition is going to be on target. Pay attention to any signs and synchronicities that come along, but also, do things that help promote this energy. I always try to be more cognizant of things at this time of year. A lot of times, even before I fall asleep at night, I will get little visions pop into my head. And I don't have to do anything to make it happen. It just happens. And so, but this time of year, I tend to try to make them happen. I do little techniques to try to open my mind and my consciousness to receiving messages and signals from, while I'm still in my awakened state. So, whatever you want to do, this is a great time to do that sort of work.
Well, I'm mostly feeling that the cards have one message that with
Go
different
ahead.
aspects. And so I feel as your intuition or hunch will make you aware or you're going to perceive that there's a new opportunity for you. The Three of Wands, it's an opportunity and it may really even the score, so to speak. Like if you've been out of a job, this may be an opportunity for a really good job, or it may be an opportunity that just really rights your ship in a way, balances things for you. It's an opportunity that really solidifies things for you. Maybe it's about going back to school. It could be any number of things, but it's mostly because you sense it or you're able to understand the gravity of it and find the way to work on that opportunity to not miss it when it actually shows up.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm so sorry. It just seems like maybe this is a time for everybody to get their selves together, Nicole, and try to work on their issues. His mom really should lay off the crack, I have to say.
All right, so I have pulled the Lenormand 2, by the way.
Well, wait a minute. I haven't only did one card.
Alrighty then. Why don't you go at it?
Yeah, you should have had those out there earlier, but I'll do this without them because
You will.
really not that far off from Mr. O, but I did take the High Priestess as a separate one because I think besides whatever, he's tied together with that, I think your intuition is just going to be strong during this time period right now, in this dark part of the year. And so use it, use it. But the Two of Pentacles to me indicates that you're going to find, that you're entering a nice balanced period where everything, I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect. You're going to have to put some work into maintaining that balance, but everything seems to be flowing smoothly. And that's because you've found a way to keep everything together and operating on an even keel. So everything should be flowing smoothly right now, which means it is the perfect time to maybe take a chance on something new, do something new and different, take a risk, take a chance, step outside of your comfort zone and just have some fun in ways that you don't normally do it. For example, go to different kinds of events and things that really are different for you, will expand your horizons in some way. It'd be really good. You could wait till I'm done. Seriously, you didn't put them out. Go ahead.
It's the anchor.
So,
And is that the scythe?
that's the scythe.
All right.
So you're going to break through things that have been holding you back. And you know why? Because everything is in balance now. If there have been obstacles and things in your path, things that have been kind of tying you down, you're going to be able to cut through all of that. And you're going to be able to do something new, explore something new and exciting, whether it's work related or whether it's, fun related.
It sort of feels like it's one of those Escher diagrams where just you don't know where it really started or where it ends. It's like a continuum of sorts. Like, are these things happening because of this or vice versa?
Huh.
What's going on is this opportunity that you shouldn't miss is really going to take away the limitations. But were they always there, or was it something you sensed and you felt you needed the balance, so you needed to get to that point? Do you see what I mean? It's sort of like a continuum there, but basically it all seems to fit into place in order to take care of these new changes or this opportunity that may be very special. You have to pretty much put an end to whatever it was that was holding you back, your own personal limitations. And maybe that was about the sense of balance. Maybe things needed to be balanced and you didn't realize it until you were able to remove those barriers. I know that's very vague, maybe. I don't know.
Well, in my world, those two cards go with those two cards, and this stands on its own. It just seems to me, it just stands on its own because I think you're going, you will use it well. You will use it wisely. You will use it possibly in the ways that Mr. O stated. And you will also, just be receiving interesting messages. I would write down your dreams. I would note things that are happening around you. I was doing some cloud scrying the other day, and that's always fun to do at this time of year, too. So just pay attention to signs and signals around you and see what comes through. Wish you luck with that.
All right,
Sounds
Sapphire.
good. Hi, Fire Spawn. No, the list is not closed. But do leave your question if you've got to leave, Fire Spawn. You don't have to do it if you're going to stay. All right, we're on Airy right now. Oh,
All right, Ari, who says that she gave us more information than what we needed.
uh-oh.
Like that's ever not the case.
You do give us a lot of info, Airy. That's all right. Let's see.
My goodness, will I find the beginning of the question?
All right, here it is. In fact, my question, okay, wait, seems to be kind of juicy. Let's see. Can you tell me how would things be if I was anything like the girls that those guys I dealt with chose over me? Or heck, if I was actually one of them and the guy chose me who happens to be them. Like if I actually happen to be one of those girls that the guys I dealt with chose, what would things actually be like for me and them? Well, that is an odd question. Can we do it?
I like her next part.
What?
Yes, you can tell that this question, you can't tell me that this question isn't creative.
Have we ever said that?
No, I guess we can't.
About you? I don't remember. But anyway. Hmm. So we have to pretend Aries one of the girls that was taken by some of those guys. And the weird thing about it is, I mean, we could try that. Let's see. All right, your deck.
It's my deck?
Yeah, I just used pumpkin deck.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
I'll need these.
do you have a suggestion for me?
I don't know what decks you have there, dear. Oh,
No?
no.
All right, I know which one.
There you go.
The Dark Angels. And we are not telling you what the first choice might have been. Dark
Boy, I brought out a
Angels.
slew of decks. I don't know if I'll get through them all today. I will on Sunday. But I've got my dark Dancing in the Dark again. I got the Dark Woods. I still have the Prairie one. I have the Crow Tarot. I have the Golden Girls Tarot. I have the Tarot Unveiled. And I have the Healing Light Tarot. All right. All right. Hi.
Shut up.
I'm talking to him.
Don't. Okay, it's the Three of Wands reversed. It's the Knight of Swords reversed. And it's the Ace of Wands upright.
Huh. That's odd.
The Heart. And the Tree. Which
It's
has a
kind of
bunch of hearts
odd.
in it.
Very odd reading, as I suspected it might. It might be hard to really get this. So, did you say that first one was the Three of Wands reverse?
Yes, I did.
I think some of these women might feel they've made a big mistake.
Yeah, it wasn't the opportunity they thought it was.
Yeah, that maybe these guys were two-timing losers or something like that. I mean, I don't know here, but what was that second one? It was the Knight of Swords
Knight of
reverse?
Swords reversed.
Sheesh. And okay, I like this. That maybe they thought that maybe they felt that this was a mistake. They acted too fast and hastily and were reckless or careless about making this move. That's what I get with the first two cards.
The Knight of Swords reversed is tragically somebody who doesn't think first, but just sort of
Yeah.
moves quickly into the situation. And with that Three of Wands, they felt there was a better opportunity for them.
No, it's the Knight of Swords,
Yeah.
not the nine. The Knight. So that's different.
No. But I mean, this is like, trying to put yourself in their shoes. This is what they experienced or
So it
what
might
their
be what you
regrets
would
are.
have experienced in their shoes. That maybe this person wasn't the right one for you. That this adventure, you felt was going to turn out badly.
I think they have regrets.
I think they have regrets. And it gets more interesting as we go along here. Because, like I said, that Knight of Swords reversed also indicates that maybe they should have taken more time to get to know this person more, before they jumped right into it because they're not happy. They feel they've made a mistake.
And of course, you're not usually like that. You really do take more time. So it's hard for you to put yourself into those shoes, really, in a way, because they don't have that sense.
But that's what it would be like for you if they had picked you. You would have realized this isn't right for me, and I shouldn't have just jumped into this. And finally,
Ace of Wands upright.
what
On
I
the
felt,
other hand,
no, I don't
okay.
think it's on the other hand. I think it ties in perfectly with what's here.
Well, I agree with that. Okay.
I think some of these people moved on. Some of these people did not stick with those men, and they moved on to something new that was more growthful, and they fell in love. I really feel here that they found love somewhere else.
I like that because the first card is about the lack or the missed or the bad opportunity, and then the ending is the new beginning, and it's the wands either way. So that Ace of Wands is kind of like that tree too, in a way. So I like that.
So I think, some of these guys, for example, who ghosted you or just wanted nothing to do with you, etc., they weren't worthy. They weren't worthy. Now, some of them, I would say maybe some of them decided to marry them anyway. And, maybe they have regrets in the marriage. But I get the feeling here that Ace of Wands is about some of them starting and saying, we're done. We're done. I'm moving on to new relationship. And so maybe they moved on. Maybe they ghosted them and moved on to somebody else, so that they got a taste of their own medicine, so to speak. It's kind of what I see here. Anything you want to add, or does
No, I think that's pretty succinct there. I think that there were some regrets, but I agree that either they moved on one way or the other.
Yeah, yeah. So interesting.
More likely to something
I
better.
hope that got close to your answer, what you were hoping to hear. One way or another. I mean, that we got close to answering that question in a good way. Anyway, that's what we have for you. That's what I see there. It's pretty interesting.
So that was kind of a juicy and
A juicy, interesting
more
question.
creative question than you've asked lately.
Feel free to get more creative.
Well, I would have to agree with that too, because
Yeah.
that's why they moved on, I
Yeah.
guess.
So, if they treated you that way, they likely treat others that way. And so some women catch on and some don't. And then they pay the price, in divorce or having kids and, regretting it because they're in a bad relationship. So you're better off without a Mary. Good luck with that.
So, hey, everybody, here's the thing I did.
Yay.
I couldn't put it on YouTube because they said I was breaking somebody's copyright, and they don't know what they're talking about.
Really?
Yeah, so I had to take off the sound to put it on YouTube. You can't hear the background right now, but it was actually a really nice background. Anyways, just keeping you informed.
Oh,
Hi, SP.
yes, I will add you, SP. All right. You'll be on the list the next time I post it, SP, okay? So I just posted it now. Shirley is up. You, SP, will be after Fire Spawn.
You're supposed to give them back to me.
I'm giving you them all back.
Thank you.
All right.
That's what I meant, though.
I know. So what's Shirley's question? Let's take a look. I think I went too far. Huh.
Shirley had her question in the first round that failed. Something happened and that stream died. So, Shirley, I hope you're there. You'll have to post that again.
Oh, shoot.
I'm not sure if I can find that because that was.
Did Shirley come back in? I thought she did.
She did, but she didn't repost her question. Or I don't think she did.
Let's give Shirley a few.
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't see the question. I went through the list.
Okay, I found the old stream that bombed.
Oh.
Here's her question. What did the place I want to work think of the last email I sent? How soon until they will be hiring me for the position? I have a feeling I'm going to be getting offered the position.
So what did they think of the last email? Okay.
Yeah.
Your deck? No, my deck.
Mm-hmm. And that's where it bombed at, right after she left her
Got
partner.
It. Okay, we got your question, Shirley.
I think the studio just went down for some reason, and so that killed the live stream.
Oh. Yeah, somebody else was talking about that before. Judy Conda, maybe, saying you're back. So
Yeah.
she must have, yeah. Oh, and Mercury's not even retrograde.
Yeah, it's been a long time since the studio failed.
Fail now? No, then.
Before this time, it was a long time.
Got it. The Six of Cups is upright. But the Knight of Pentacles is reversed. Oh boy. And the Page of Cups is reversed. Not liking this. What do you got?
That's the man, right?
Yeah,
And
bird.
birds.
Sounds like somebody's going to get in touch with you, Shirley.
So
But
it does feel that way from the Lenormand.
I think the Six of Cups indicates to me that they're looking at your what you wrote and maybe even your prior experience, that you've already given them. Um, well, they're looking at it fondly. They think it's good overall. Um, but either, what is that knight again? I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups or no, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles reversed indicates to me that there may be delays here. There may be a lot of slowness in them getting back to you. I hope that's what it is, because sometimes, the Knight of Pentacles reversed can indicate that, that things aren't going to go well for you business wise or financially. And with that Ace of Cups, I'm
No,
sorry, the
that's the
Page
page.
of Cups reversed. That also indicates that maybe some disappointing news is coming. And maybe it's that they have to delay the decision for a while.
It feels more that like anything that it's just about a big delay. Like they
That's what I'm
want to
thinking.
maybe, give you good news right now, but they can't. And there just may be something that's internal to the company going on, surely. Like maybe, somebody has to supply the funding for the position and there's a process that they haven't gotten through yet. The Six of Cups really does sound like they like the email. Like maybe somebody thought they felt they knew you, like there was a connection there, that Six of Cups kind of connection. They thought you were somebody they already knew in a way, but they seem to have some sort of protocol stuff going on. I think that kind of sums up the Knight of Pentacles in a way. um you may have a message saying, they're just not there yet. Or it could be a worst case scenario and they'll want you to try again when they think they actually can fund or actually create the position. Like,
Well, that position was created. They've been having trouble filling it, if I recall
yeah, it
what
wasn't
Shirley
about
said.
right. So I don't
So
know
they're
what it
really
is.
looking for something very, very specific here that they feel that the candidates they've had so far don't have. They may feel you have it. I mean, I think they really respect your, your length of experience. I think they feel comfortable and confident with that. I also think here with the birds and the man here that somebody is going to get in touch with you. They are going to get in touch with you, I think, fairly soon. So I think you're going to find out one way or another if what you sent them, made the difference or not. And I got to leave it at that. I mean, it's kind of wonky, a little bit up in the air. Um, I would also say here, too, that maybe they like what you put in the email, but they're concerned about, they're still concerned about truly, are you the one? I mean, they've been going back and forth with candidates according to you, so maybe they're kind of wanting to make sure they've got it right this time.
What a bummer.
Yeah. So I wish you
Hang in
luck.
there.
We'll see what happens. And check in with us again if you haven't heard from them soon, okay? So good luck with that.
Good luck.
All right, Mirjana's up.
And I think they left a question.
Will I get good news this month? It's right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you. So that's my deck again.
Mhm.
Let's see. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Magical Forest.
Yep, thank you.
Mhm.
Sunny is back, bringing his usual sunshine.
Right. So our first card is Judgment, and Judgment is upright. The second card is the Four of Swords, and that is upright. And then the final card is the reversed King of Cups.
Oh,
And the Clover. And there's the tree again. All right.
hmm. Well, maybe.
It's a maybe.
It almost all looks good, but judgment being upright indicates there may be an opportunity. There may be some good news coming, an opportunity to. I don't know about getting a second chance. How do I want to say this? Uh, Getting an opportunity to either do something new, to refresh some skills, to okay, I'll just say it, maybe to get a second chance too is possible with judgment.
There is something new happening because of Judgment. It may mean that you've reconsidered something, or maybe you've realized something that you didn't realize before. You've had some sort of, mental, emotional breakthrough where something means more to you than it might have before, whether that's good news or just what you perceive about something or someone.
Now, I don't know about card two here because card two, the Four of Swords, upright kind of indicates, a need for rest, a need for pulling back a little bit, a need for replenishing your energy. So, I mean, maybe that's a good thing for you right now if you feel like you've been spread too thin. You're exhausted, you've been working too hard, whatever the case, or you have a lot of stress or whatever, or that you have been under the weather. There will be an opportunity for you to recharge and, regain your strength or your energy back.
So it is possible it's connected to Judgment. Maybe the news is that if you had asked for time off or asked for a vacation, maybe you will have that. Or in some way, though, it does look like you are taking time off, or you are finding a way to rest yourself. And it's pretty much what Banshee said. You may feel really you need this rest, you need to do some healing. And so maybe if there was an illness recently, maybe the denouement of that, the aftermath of that, was the news that you realize, you need to take this rest, in order to fully recover. I'm just going to throw that out there as a possibility.
The King of Cups reversed could indicate something about yourself or could indicate something about someone you're dealing with. And I would say this, that there may be somebody who really might kind of bring you down this month. This is not where good news is coming. I don't know if this is a man in your life or somebody else in your life who just seems to be, just always under a dark cloud of some sort and not a very happy person. And so sometimes they like to make people feel unhappy too.
I don't know that that card, the King of Cups reversed, is related to the other things, but it does seem to represent somebody who maybe you might have asked for help and then you realize that they wouldn't help you, or they in fact told you they wouldn't. Or there is a possibility that maybe you're not feeling charitable towards somebody, and maybe you have good reasons not to be. It could be yourself, it could be you feeling like you can't extend a little bit of kindness towards somebody. But more likely, I think it is somebody else towards you, and I don't necessarily see it connected to those other cards.
And the only other thing I can see here between, I almost want to connect sometimes the Four of Swords with that King of Cups to say that if you feel emotionally or mentally depleted right now and drained, that's what you're going to need to work on, in this month ahead, is to try to make yourself feel better emotionally in some way. And I think it will happen. I'm looking at this Lenormand, and that is very, how should I say, that is very optimistic because, if you have been feeling exhausted, tired, or overstressed, or over anxious or depressed, perhaps, like that king might be, uh, the tree is here. And the tree indicates healing. The tree indicates like regaining your powers, your strength, your self empowerment. And also, the clover is here. And the clover indicates good luck, things coming by chance to you. So, if you want good news this month, it's possible it will come in an unexpected way. That's what I see when I see the clover. It's a surprise. So, something might come out of the blue that would be very happy, make you feel really good.
So you mentioned, your ex and being divorced. Is that divorce recent? Could the judgment thing be about that? That maybe, the papers were finally filed and things like that. I'm just wondering, and maybe, that ex is not the happy person in the equation.
It could be somebody else. It doesn't have to even be a
So it's been
man.
a couple of years. Okay, thank you
Yeah.
for that. But sometimes these things play out. But I do agree with Banshee. I feel like the tree and the clover really suggest to me this is something you're not possibly expecting, but it probably is going to connect you or be good for you in a family sense, either from your point of view where you're at now. I don't know if children are involved or custody, but where you're at now, I think it's a good sign that things will grow for you.
I hadn't thought about that, but I don't know if you have like your own family, your parents, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, anybody surrounding you. But luck could come or good news could come through family connections. I forgot about that the tree sometimes indicates family ties and family connections. So that's where a possibility where it could come from, but it could really just involve something that, will really empower you again and make you feel good about life, make you feel very happy. This is the card of luck. And really, even though there were a couple of questionable cards here, needing to step back and heal, and that card, the clover kind of mutes the effects of negative cards in a reading. And so I think whatever these problems are based on these two cards, they're really going to be minor. I think the thing to really focus on is something new and that will be
Uplifting.
coming your way, and it's going to be something that's a surprise and maybe has a connection to family. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
You have to keep us posted if something good happens. We'd love to hear it. Whoop, I did want to do that. That's right. Thank you. A cell is up.
Hi, Estelle. You're welcome.
You're very welcome. All right.
Will my father manage to sell his bathroom business this year? And if not, what is the likely timing? Okay, good question. So kind of
Oh.
like a when this business would be sold.
Well, we can do the timing cards, absolutely. All right. Yeah, I could use more water. Oh, I've got a cough drop for now. I'll be
From
fine.
the fridge.
Well, I'll get it. Don't worry about it right now. Besides, I just filled the water up, so I'll let it cool a bit. Filled it up before the show. All right. Well, the Queen of Pentacles is reversed. Oh, Death is upright.
Is this the dark wood?
Yep,
I'd recognize it anywhere.
you like that one,
I
don't you?
do. It reminds me of the horror tarot because I think it's the same artist.
What's interesting, okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, Death upright, and now we have the King of Pentacles upright.
Interesting.
Well,
So let's see what the Lenormand gives me. And it's flowers, right? Or bouquet.
yes, the bouquet.
And the heart.
Ooh,
Again.
wow. Well, I think that it may be a little bit difficult. You know, there may be some struggles. There may be some, I don't know. Will he have to kind of bring the cost down a little bit to sell it? That's a possibility here with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. He may have to come up with some compromise or something to sell the business, I think. But I think it's possible. I don't think the Queen is necessarily saying no, but that something may have to be given up or agreed upon, you know, for in order for a sale to happen. I'm
It's
going to go card by card.
okay. Well, I'm kind of pulled into the death card because I wonder if maybe
Oh,
there's a change here that needs to happen. Like maybe he's going to do something different than actually sell the business. And I don't know what that would be, but like maybe, lease it or, something, a different option for them. But
okay,
anyways,
so since we're on different tracks, I think I'm just going to go through it. So the Queen of Pentacles indicates to me as well that it's possible, but there's some issues. The Death card to me indicates that something needs to be changed. But when I looked at the death card, I thought to myself that he will sell it. That's a sign that that he will let it go, and he will be either investing in something new or doing something new once he's gotten let the business go. I really feel that death card is about that because it's followed by the King of Pentacles upright. And the King of Pentacles upright makes me think he's going to be in just the place he had hoped to be in, hopefully by the end of this year. I'd like to think it could happen by the end of this year, but I worry that there could be a slight delay. If it's not the end of this year, I'm feeling it's early next year.
well, I definitely have a different feeling. I get the feeling like he might opt to do something different with the business that still might opt to put him in a good place at the end, that King of Pentacles there, because I do feel that that's still happening. So I'm wondering, like, I've heard of all kinds of things in business. I don't know how it is, in that country, where your father is, but, sometimes people trade businesses for another business. Would he be able to do something like that, or would that come as an offer to him? In general, though, I think it's possible that he probably would be able to sell it if that's what he really wants to do. But I get the feeling like something is going to throw an angle at him, Sal, and that maybe he might change his mind about exactly how he would, dispose of or change the business.
Well, I think if he really wants to sell the business, he's going to be able to do it. There's no doubt in my mind about
Sure.
that from the cards I see here. Answering your question. And with the bouquet and the heart, I have a feeling here he's going to be really happy once it's settled. He's going to get pretty much what he wanted out of this. There may have to be, like I said, some modifications, but I think ultimately in the end, he's going to be very happy and he's going to be happy with what he gets out of the sale.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he will actually, one way or the other, get what he wants out of this. Because I'm looking at that King of Pentacles, but I think Banshee's right. Um, Everything seems to work out for him one way or the other.
So, yeah, whether it's his way or my way, it just sounds like things are going to go well. So, hopefully, fingers crossed. I would say
By
if
the
it's
end of the
not
year,
by the end of the year, it would be by the first 3 months of 2026. So, that's what we
well,
have for you. I wish you luck. You'll have to keep us posted, Estelle. We'd love to know. And I believe, am I right about this? Let me take a look here.
it's a red herring.
Kara is up.
Tara. It's a red herring.
Cute.
All right. I'm going to use my Joker Tarot.
Did you read the question?
Yes. Does my Nana Charlotte herring have a message for me?
Oh, I just heard you saying it's a red herring. I didn't hear.
That's why I said it's a red herring.
Okay, but I didn't see the question. Okay, I gotcha.
I just give up expecting you to be good with that.
Yeah, in a way, I'd rather look it up.
Well, that's what I mean. So our cards, one is the Hierophant.
Upright.
It's upright.
Thank you.
The Eight of Pentacles is upright. Wow. And the Five of Swords is reversed.
Oh my goodness.
That's not good.
What the heck?
Well, when I saw the Hierophant, okay, Banshee has fish and the moon.
Hmm.
The moon. Well, when I saw that Hierophant, I thought, oh, Nana's too religious to visit you and give a message. She knows she's not supposed to do that, or but I don't know that that's what that means. I I think if she has a message for you, um, I think it's about hard work and doing the right thing. I mean, the Eight of Pentacles shows somebody working hard, and of course, the Eight of Pentacles can often be about following the plan and doing your work and sticking with the program. The Hierophant talks about things like that too, but maybe in a more lofty, abstract sense, of being a good person or playing on the side of convention.
I'm getting a few messages here from Nana. They're not all necessarily connected to each other, but I can see why Mr. O would put the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles together. Um, but I think I'm going to jump to the Five of Swords reversed, actually. And I think your Nana wants you to work on anger issues. If you have any anger or resentment, in particular to family, but maybe in general, I'm not sure she's singling that out per se, but I just thought maybe, that was it. That maybe you need to work on anger issues, and also learn to either not fall into the trap of playing along, with people who just want to pick a fight with you, but to rise above that. She'd like to see you rise above conflict rather than feed a conflict. I think that's what I'm trying to get at there. But one thing, I just had to start with that card because anger issues was just hitting me with that card. And And so maybe that's the work, maybe that's why the Eight of Pentacles is here. But I think she acknowledges your work and the effort you put into some things in your life. And she's acknowledging that, you do have some skills, you do have some talents. The Hierophant is saying, and she's maybe saying with the Hierophant to hone them more, to become more expert at them, to maybe even take up some study or some classes that will help you learn more. I think it's a card of learning. She would like you to see you, learning something new. Or maybe it's spiritual too. When Mr. O talked about spirituality, maybe Nana wasn't totally into what you might have been into spiritual wise. Maybe she was. But the bottom line is that she accepts it now. She accepts it now.
There's a sense of an ascension there, and so maybe Nana's telling you, of course, that she is fine and that she is finding her place. I liked what
I
Banshee
like
said
that.
here with the anger issues. I mean, I don't know you to be like a ferociously angry person, but
You're a Taurus.
I think you got moxie. I I want you on my side. but
Taurus can act like the bull,
but
at the china shop.
I like that. And I think maybe Nana could be saying, don't bite off more than you can chew. That's the card that nobody wins in. And so, pick your fights wisely, Kara. There are some things that maybe you do have to, shake a fist at, but other things, just watch out. And I like what Banshee said about the Eight of Pentacles too. And I think that is showing that Nana understands you do have a talent and you need to work on it to bring it out. And you should. And I think that the moon and the fish are kind of showing that too, because those are speculative and success oriented.
I looked at that moon and fish, and one of the things that came to mind is that your Nana feels there are many things that you can explore or that you have at your disposal now that could bring you success, bring you more success and happiness in your life. Um, I don't know if this is true or not, or if your Nana wouldn't want you to maybe try to find somebody new in your life too. I have to say here that the moon is not just about, success and business success and stuff like
It's
that.
about
It can
love.
be about love. And then I see the fish and she's like thinking, hey, maybe you ought to get out there and find somebody out there in the crowd of men. Find a good man for yourself.
That's kind of fishy, though.
That sounds kind of like a Nana, though,
It does.
you know. But I don't know. I think it could be either, but I think she feels you have many things and options you could be exploring either in, you know, goals and things that you want to accomplish or in the romantic realm. She just says explore, dive in, There's plenty out there for you to explore and do.
That's the message.
That's the message. Good luck with that. I at first wondered what I was going to say about that Hierophant, actually, but I liked what Mr. O said too for that. I think that spirituality is a big part of the Hierophant card, but so is learning, teaching, and even doing things that you're comfortable doing, not shaking things up, but doing what works for you. And so now I want you to hone those skills and talents that work for you, that you're good at. Good luck with that. And Crystal is up.
Hi, Crystal. So you want to know if there will be peace if you'll ever be some sort of friends again with your ex. Is that your deck?
Ever be peace between you? Okay, that's a legit question, I must say. What do I got? What do I got? Well, you know what? Actually, I think I want to use the Healing Light Tarot for that one. We got the Healing Light Lenormand here. And this is a question of finding peace. So let's see what these cards got.
Our next live show is the Happy Hour. Give me my mouse. Give me my mouse.
What happened?
Give me my mouse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
It's our happy hour, which is this Saturday at 10 a.m. Come and get a single card happy message designed for you. Uplift your spirits, possibly divine connection. 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Well, it's a Seven of Pentacles reversed.
My brother's like that too. He's a Taurus, though.
We've been getting a lot of knights in this reading, not nines, knights. I got to watch how I enunciate. The Knight of Swords is upright, but so is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is upright as well.
Is that first one a sword?
Huh?
First one
No.
a sword?
The first one's Pentacles. You can see the farmer, Seven of Pentacles.
I don't see pentacles, but I see a farm.
Oh, they're there as the crop.
Mm-hmm. From this angle, it looks different.
It looks kind of cloudy. All right. Okay.
I'd love to do the Lenormand.
Oh. Let's wait for the Lenormand. It's an interesting reading. I don't know. I want to think about it while he's shuffling. I'm sure he'll come up with something first, and that's okay. If you do. Oh boy.
The tree has returned.
Oh, it's a tree. At first, I don't know why. I thought it was the cross. Thank goodness.
And the clouds. Okay, so maybe the tree's not that great because the
Well, the clouds are there, but it's a little bit, I'll say it's a little bit iffy, Crystal. The Seven of Pentacles reversed could really go either way here. It's as if somebody is deciding whether they should just abandon something or someone completely or give it another shot. It literally could be either way. It depends how much this person feels like, that there is a good reason to come back and heal things.
Somebody has to be the person to decide to instigate that.
Okay.
When the seven,
like that too.
When the Seven of Pentacles is reversed, it sort of indicates like maybe somebody wants to take an action to do something. This sounds like it could be you maybe, but I don't know. You're asking the question, you're indicating that you felt, the toxicness, but one or the other of you, or maybe both of you. Now, to me, it sort of segues naturally into the Knight of Swords, suggesting that maybe it will be you. You would be the person to more likely want to change this picture, move towards, something. I mean, if you thought of resolving the issues as really a goal, not so much like, like just a goal to accomplish, as opposed to just having closure.
The Knight of Swords is an interesting one to me here. Somebody's got to make a choice and a move. And oftentimes the Knight of Swords indicates fast movement, but
Yeah.
I'm not completely sure I'm seeing that here because of what follows it. It's really kind of, this is such a mixed bag that I have to say that peace is not possible at this time. I'm not saying it might never be possible, but it's not possible at this time. And you were asking if will there ever be peace? And I have to still say a big maybe to that because, somebody's got to make the move. And maybe the whole thing is if it doesn't happen sooner than later, it may not happen at all. Okay? So somebody's got to be willing to make the move. And I feel like, it is go time one way or another here. A decision has to be made by someone, whether they're going to, contact or they're going to make peace or not. And the Eight of Swords here tells me I'm wondering if it's this person or if it's you, it's one of you, does not feel confident about being the one to make that move. They feel like they're maybe trapped. They feel, I'll get there in a minute. I just want to finish my thought first. They feel like they're being trapped or confined or unable to get themselves to the point of expressing how they really feel and what they really want. They feel trapped.
That Eight of Pentacles or Swords could represent you in the occasion because I guess you're indicating that you have tried to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
You might be the one feeling like you don't have any other options. You're sort of contained. On the other hand, this could be a metaphor for that idea of a return to some sort of friendship or normalcy, that it's sort of encaged, that it's not possible because it's isolated or it's got a limit somehow.
I didn't know where you were going with that for a minute, but it's interesting too because when I see the clouds in the tree and the dark side of the clouds are facing the tree, what it's telling me is, future growth with the two of you may not be possible. I'm not going to say never because the clouds are about, there's a lot of confusion around whether, you can achieve some kind of healthy parting here or healthy alliance, whether it's a friendship or just where you're able to talk to each other again peaceably, etc. It's really uncertain at this time. The clouds are usually about uncertainty, a lack of clarity, a need to really try to find that clarity and break through, let the light break through the darkness. But I'm just not seeing a way forward for that right now.
I don't know what the time scale is here. It sounds maybe in a way that it was further ago, but I agree with you. I think that in a way I kind of saw that it is kind of both of you. You both maybe need to be able to see a viability towards reaching out to each other. And so that's the thing, Crystal, is that he probably doesn't want to reach out to you, so therefore he's rejecting your attempts to reach out to him.
That could be. That could be. Um, the Knight of Swords, if it represents the person, could be that they're thinking of moving forward, in a new direction now. So they're just letting it go and moving quickly in another direction. I didn't say that because I didn't necessarily want to go there, but because I see all this uncertainty. But I have to say it is leaning more negative than positive. So I think here, you should probably just let it go for now. unless there's a way you're willing to try to break through again. But I'm almost
It
thinking,
doesn't look like it, and I think that the key card in that sense is the Eight of Swords. And I realize Banshee probably didn't understand what I'm saying, but to me that represents the relationship itself is
got it.
imprisoned, or the idea of a friendship evolving from that. It sort of is imprisoned, and that could be because each of you, but maybe more so him than the other, has some sort of
Well,
illusion about that.
but each of you hold the key,
Yeah.
and it's whether you really want to use it or not. And I'm thinking with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, that's the key here. That is a key card here because it's kind of like, well, should I stay and work on this crop or this situation that may be failing? Or should I accept the fact that it's over and move on? And so that's where I think things stand right now at that real precipitous point here. But it doesn't look positive for growth right now. Does not. So I wish you luck with that. I'm sorry to give you bad news, but maybe if it helps, well, helps clarify things a little bit, I hope it does. Good
Good
luck
luck,
with that.
Crystal.
And we are on fire spawn. All right. I think I went back too far.
You're right. No one is perfect.
I'm going to try to go down more again.
You're welcome, Crystal. Anytime. So it sounds like you're asking if he is that way because he is religious.
Um,
Because, of course, he could be that way for other reasons than religion. Okay, I think I understand that. You keep dragging my mouse away.
okay, so you've got that with your deck. Let me put this one back.
All right. The first card is the devil
Ooh,
upright. The second card is the Ace of Cups reversed. And the last card is the Four of Coins upright.
wow. I'm
Well,
going to let you go.
I know, you know what I want to say, don't you?
I'm not sure. But
Well,
I have my own idea, but go on.
is it possible that Divineer is maybe suppressing parts of himself because of homophobia, that maybe he doesn't understand things about himself that maybe make him wonder about that? The biggest card for that is the Four of Coins because it's like he's holding on to something and it has value for him, a reputation or a persona perhaps. But the devil is there. And of course, the devil, you know, well, he looks a little gay, but I'm being silly now. But the devil is about the things that oppress us. And so there is a religious
Yeah,
connotation.
he's definitely a straight guy. I figured that. And, but that doesn't mean, as Mr. O likes to say sometimes, some guys do, because we've had discussions, some guys do sometimes suppress feelings, because they're against their religious beliefs or other things. Um, we've noted, for example, I don't want to say politicians, but there are people out there, in the public who profess to hate homosexuality, but then it turns out they're having relationships with men. And so what they're trying to do is kind of, so I'm just saying there is
No, we
always,
don't know. What are they trying to do?
well, they're trying to live two lives, they're trying to live two lives. And but at any rate, I looked at the devil a little bit differently here,
Well,
Firespot.
looking at it symbolically, the devil could be, saying that there is a religious reason why he may be homophobic.
Yes, let's combine the devil with the ace of cups here, because what I feel here is that the devil is showing restrictions and things that hold us back. And sometimes our religious beliefs, turn us into, you know, I don't want to say monsters, but just people who are closed minded. He may be very closed minded or closed hearted towards people who love differently, because maybe he has this preconceived notion as to how, relationships should be.
So, in that context, then, it's not so much that he's holding on to something he wants to keep for himself secret. It just says that those are very valuable to him. This idea of maybe the possibly religious connection.
His
It says
beliefs are
his
valuable to
beliefs,
him.
right? His beliefs.
So
And the Ace of Cups reverse could be saying that um, he feels love is for only certain people,
he's closed
dedicated.
off to other possibilities.
Yeah.
His heart is not open to that. And I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean he has to be prejudiced, but he doesn't necessarily like people, who are like that. He
Well, the
just,
question was about the religious possibility behind that.
right. And that's where the devil comes in,
Right, I
which
agree.
is what I said.
Mhm.
But the heart is there. And I think the heart, when the Ace of Cups is reversed, the heart is closed.
Yeah.
And so I think it's closed to this idea, and that's why I said it the way I did. I don't want to be confusing people. But look at that.
So here's the sun.
Let's shed some light on this confusion. I think it's the park. I think it's the garden.
Yeah, it looks like the garden.
It's not the crossroads, because the crossroads is different in here. But I wanted to check. There's a little ambiguity with this deck I didn't realize, but I'm pretty sure that's what we're talking about here. Yeah, because look, there's a crossroad. Okay, so that's the garden. Um,
I think he is concerned, with his image, how he projects his image. Perhaps this talks about
agree.
the public, the idea of a persona, perhaps. And the sun is very bright and illuminative. So it's about knowledge, it's about finding out things, but it's maybe about success too.
I think it could also be that maybe um, his peers or his like friends or his family, maybe people in his religious community, are very important to him. And so, that's where, he gets his enlightenment from. That's where, he's getting this from. And I don't think he means anybody harm here. But I do feel that he's kind of locked in to a mindset. He's kind of locked into a mindset, and it's probably based on his spirituality.
It seems that way, that if the question was, is this because of his religious traditionalism, the answer is most likely yes.
It could be that they have a very strong effect on him. Looking at the garden and Now, admittedly, the garden isn't always family, but the interesting thing about the garden is, too, it's about celebrations and getting together, which often is with family or friends and things like that. And they
Community.
play community, they play an important role in this person's life. So that's going to hold a lot of sway for him, how they feel about things.
All right.
All right, well, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Good luck with that.
I guess it was a little labored on our part.
Well, not totally.
Alrighty.
SP is up.
And we are in our closing mode.
Here we are.
Well,
So I guess I should put the list as closed up just to make it official.
yeah, we should let SP be our final reading.
Oh yeah, because we're so close.
And you're very welcome. So,
All right, SP, what do you got for us? Let's see. Can I please have guidance from the universe on why me and my husband are feeling so down the last few days? Okay. Is that my deck? Yes. I guess I will use this. No, where is it? I was going to use it last time. There it is. Okay. We have the Hermit upright. The Three of Wands is upright. Wow. But it's reversed, which is a good thing. And we just had this as the card of the day for today, for Thursday. The Ten of Swords is reversed. We had it upright, though. No, we did have it reversed. That's right.
okay, so the fish and the cross.
I see a couple things here why you could be down and maybe what you need to do about it. I think I want to start with the Lenormand really because the cross is talking about the weariness or the grief that you're experiencing. Do you have too many things going on in your life right now? A lot of stress, a lot of just things that are wearing you down. It could be that just things are moving really quickly right now, or there's just an overabundance of things on your minds that are dragging you down, and you do feel either worried, anxious, or just down.
I'm wondering when I look at those two, because I sort of felt a vibe, and
Hmm.
I'm newer at this with the Lenormand, even though it's been a few years now. Are you worried or feeling like or depressed because you're feeling like the success you thought you would feel, you're just not getting there? Like you sort of feel like there's nothing really progressing you, like it just feels like it's finite in some way or doesn't have the ability to seek out.
And this really does tell a story here. The three tarot cards, I think. The Hermit is, I could go one of two ways with this. Either you guys need to pull back from some of the activities you're doing and spend more time alone together, or maybe you have been spending too much time alone together, and that's why you've been ruminating and feeling down about things so much. You need to get out more. You need to do something new and exciting. You just need to do something to, rekindle enthusiasm and joy back into your life. So think about things that you could do together, whether it's taking a trip a small trip if you can't afford anything, whether it's just going to some place or event together, a museum, a gallery, out to dinner somewhere nice, something that you can do together and enjoy yourselves at, and maybe even experience something new that you both haven't before, just to make yourselves feel better. I'll stop there before I go
I
on.
like that. SP, I think that starting with the Lenormand did show us kind of, an idea why. And so looking at the card, I think Banshee's right. Perhaps you need to break the mold a little bit. If you've been hanging out too much with each other or not, then you need to reverse that. And that Three of Wands says maybe there are new opportunities for you, either things that you would do together in one scenario or things that you would accomplish, in your silos on your own. It doesn't mean you're not together, it just means you're exploring some options. I really liked when you said something like that. And I'll just move on to the next card,
Oh,
say
yeah,
that
because I've got
it
ideas. Yeah.
really helps you dispel the darkness that you feel may be against you. You may not have an actual tangible sense of wrong or something directed against you, but maybe there's a feeling there that something is not quite right, and this would help it.
Doing something outside the box would maybe right the wrongs, right what's wrong in your lives right now, and doing something to bring just more joy and happiness into your life if you've been feeling so down. If you've been feeling so down, well, there's nothing like trying to do something, anything to pick up your spirits. Whether you both need time away from each other a little bit, in other words, and by saying that, I just mean doing your own little activities, or if you need to do something together that you both would enjoy doing or would enjoy trying something new, then do it. Because the Ten of Swords reversed indicates a healing, coming out of this funk or this feeling of, things aren't right. It's possible. It's possible here. But you guys both have to be proactive and try to do something to shake yourselves out of it. That's what I have for you. I think that's what we have for you. Do you have anything else on that?
No, I think we've summed it up pretty well. I think,
Yeah.
the world's expensive, so
Yeah.
find ways to do things. If you live somewhere in a city where maybe you can visit a library or a museum or places that don't have large fees to
There's
belong,
festivals going on, street fairs or street vendors, something that you would enjoy doing
spend time
together.
outdoors. If
Do
you
it.
have a park you can go to where you can spend time outdoors.
Yeah, picnic in the park. I like it.
Good
Good
luck,
luck with that.
SP.
I hope things get better. I hope you both start feeling better. All right. That's our show. And
That
we're
is our
just
show.
what? We're 2 minutes early?
Who knew?
That's awesome.
Who knew?
Well, I just want to say that we will be here for happy hour at our usual time, but there won't be any overtime because somebody's got to go to work
To pay the
to
bills.
pay the bills.
But
Mr.
also, in between then, you can watch my emotional exchanges tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Find out what the vibe is for each sign of the zodiac and whether or not you might get lucky.
And also, if you haven't caught it yet, we released a video this week which was about President Trump's health. A reading
Yes,
that we did that was very interesting, and we did it before he came back out
we
again.
did it Monday night.
Right, we did it Monday night, and so it was very interesting the findings of that reading. And so, if you're interested in what we saw, go check it out.
People say it was done fairly, and we think that everything kind of worked out the way it ended up working out.
Right. We try to be objective. Obviously, some of our politics shows through, but where the cards are concerned, we read them like we see them. And so it
We
was very
betcha.
interesting reading, and we will probably be doing from time to time, not just related to President Trump, but other interesting current events as we feel we want to tackle them. So stay tuned for more of those videos in the
Right.
future.
It's 9 o'clock, so
All right. Thanks, everybody.
good night.
Take care. Have a great rest of your evening or day. And happy birthday, Judy Conda,
Happy
again.
birthday, Judy.
And we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.